Hey guys, what's good? Rising Phoenix 1. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at. This video is presented by the EA Creators Network, and a really big shout out to the EA Community Manager Nick, because he's the one who gets us these cards so we can show them to you and maybe help you with any choices you're going to make in the Mobile Madness promo. So as you can see here, we have the store cards, D. Rose, Bill Bradley, Shane Battier, Patrick Ewing, and then we have Hakeem in at center. And we're going to talk about these cards in a minute, but before we do that, one of the questions that I don't think I answered on stream on Saturday had to do with step backs. And I think the question was, why don't you use the step back? And the answer to that really is, well, what step back are you referring to? Because there is that little dribble move that most of us do that's kinda, sorta like a step back, but not really. And then there are actual step back shots. So what we're gonna do real quick is we're gonna jump into a little bit of game of the night, and we're gonna show you a couple of the actual step backs, and then we will compare that to that dribble move, kinda, sorta, almost, but not really step back. And then we're gonna come back here. We'll talk about these cards real quick. We'll go in, we're gonna play one showdown, and then we are going to wrap this up. All right, let's jump into the live today events and look at a couple step backs. All right, so we're gonna use Ja for a couple step backs and then compare that to the dribble move. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring him down and we're gonna drag him across the court laterally, and boom, there's a step back. We're gonna do it again. Nice little side step back, basically. This is a more classic inside foot step back. And then we're gonna compare that to this little dribble move that we all do. So it's not really a step back, but it is effective, so who cares really, right? And there we go again. Now we're gonna have Luka with the same side step back, classic, boom. Okay, so if the question is, why don't we do the little dribble move? We do that sometimes. If the question is, why don't we do step backs? It's because they're no longer high percentage shot. In season 1, that was almost a glitch. If you did it right, you never missed it. Now, we didn't miss any of those, but we got lucky. So it's not a high percentage shot, especially if you're trying to do a step back for a three-pointer. All right. So we've got some cards to look at real quick. D. Rose, Derrick Rose, really fast. Has some decent athleticism stats, good rebounding stats for a point guard, decent inside offensive game, decent outside shooting. His defense is pretty good looking, actually. And of course, he has good playmaking stats. Senator Bill Bradley, yes, he was a US Senator. His athleticism stats, his quickness is really good, but the rest of them are just kinda, His inside offensive game, though, looks decent. His outside shooting looks pretty dang good. His defense, though, looks tremendous. 94 on ball, 95 steal, 93 hands on perimeter, 94 drawing offensive foul, 91 interception. Really good. And his playmaking stats are good as well. And that takes us to Shane Battier. He is a finesse small forward. And his athleticism stats are, they're all right. They're not bad. They're not great. They're all right. His inside offensive game, again, it's all right. His outside shooting, though, is pretty good. I mean, he's got an 88 3, a 94 contested, and 91 touch. His on-ball defense at 91 is good, and the rest of his defensive stats are good too. He's got some decent playmaking stats, and that's about it. And then Patrick Ewing. We've already shown you this card, but his athleticism stats, he's slow and lumbering. He's not a quick guy. He's got great strength though, quickness, not much vertical, great tip in. Decent rebounding, not great, and his inside offensive game is surprisingly low, but his outside shooting is shockingly high. His defense, hands on perimeter at 94 and on ball at 89 is pretty good. His box out looks pretty good, and he has primarily a defensive post game. And that's it for Patrick Ewing. And we've shown you Hakeem at least once, if not more than once, so we're not gonna waste your time with that. All right, so we're gonna jump into one showdown. We're gonna see how these guys do, and then we're gonna come back and wrap this up. All right, let's jump into the gameplay. Well, hallelujah. We drew a good matchup, a fair matchup. And so, yeah, this should be a pretty good test for these guys. We'll see how D Rose can do. We're going to take him inside. Uh-oh, look out. Yeah, he's got moves, no doubt about that. So if you like to shoot with him, shoot with him. If you like to dunk with him, feel free. He's good. I have played a few with these guys. Kyle, nice swipe. Ooh, very active getting back to the ball. He dumps it off to Senator Bill Bradley. Boom. Yeah, he's got some good stats. All right, come on, D Rose. Oh, wow, Bird took him down and Dame just stood there. And then put up a horrible shot. Wow, that was bad. Shane Battier, he's on the line, but we're gonna take it for 2. My experience with these cards is they're all really pretty good. Oh, jeez. All right. Come on, D Rose. Let's split that zone. Boom. Boom, boom. Oh no, that's him. Yep. It's D-Buck. I can't get upset about that. D Rose off to Shane Battier. We're going to try to draw Whiteside off a little bit. We did, not a ton, but it's only contested, not blocked, right? We're playing the zone. We're playing the finesse zone. So the center is covering that far corner. Nice interception by D Rose off to Bill Bradley. Come on, Bill. Boom, nothing but net. Yeah, these cards are good, and that's been my experience with them. Come on, get the steal. It's Lillard. Uh-oh. All right, 95 All-Star KD. He gets to score, right? Split that zone. Boom. D-Rose looking pretty fire out there from behind the arc. Come on, now. Ewing, trailing, wing. 99 3-point shot. How was that challenged? How on earth was that challenged? He's 7 feet. Ah, shoot, come on. That's good on-ball defense, but it didn't pay off. 20 seconds left. Let's do something here. So we're gonna try to see that? Whiteside, he backed up twirling like he was in a ballet or something. I love it when they do that. That's with a hard sprint at the last second. You can drive them off. What you doing, Buck? Come on, Shane. Nice block. Oh, nearly a block again. Shane Battier ends with a block. Almost 2 blocks within a second, a block and a heavy contest. Yeah, these guys, 25-8. We did all right. I need to pay attention to the score. So that's a pretty easy W. So it should be apparent at this point that these store masters, just like the set masters, play really, really well. None of the cards, when I look at the stats initially and just glance over them, make me go, ooh, except maybe Maravich's outside shooting. But all of them play really well, which, makes me wonder whether some of these cards with spread out stats rather than a bunch of stats jumbled into, one category like outside shooting or defense, whatever it might be, whether the spread out stats may actually be more beneficial to us, right? So when you just glance at D Rose, you go, okay, yeah, nothing is really jumping out at me, but they're all okay to good, right? They're all okay to good. I don't know, maybe that is an actual better build. Now, when we look at it and go, but maybe we're wrong. Maybe having those stats spread out more evenly is actually a better way to build an effective card. It's an interesting question. I don't know the answer to it. All right, so I hope you enjoyed the gameplay and our little sort of semi-step back tutorial. And with that, it's over, it's done, we're out of here. There's no more. And remember, peace out.